What is up, everyone? It is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. And so today's video is super exciting because as the college application season is in full swing, today we are going to be talking about some last-minute college application tips. If you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Rachel. I graduated from UC Berkeley in the class of 2020, where I double majored in cognitive science and legal studies. Currently, I'm working full-time in environmental litigation, and last admission cycle I was an external undergraduate admissions reader with UC Berkeley. So if you're a student applying to colleges this cycle, you should definitely check out Study Hall College Consulting. It's a team of myself and other UC Berkeley grads who specialize in reviewing college application essays as well as consulting one-on-one. So check out our website and social media for more information, tips, and tricks. So with that, let's get into this video. So with these last-minute college application tips before you hit submit on your college apps, the first thing that you want to do is to reread your essays. One way to reread your essays would be to read them slowly and out loud, or you may consider rereading your essays backwards, line by line. By reading slowly out loud and potentially forwards and backwards, you can hopefully catch any areas that might not make sense, areas that may be choppy, areas that have grammar problems. You may also consider having a friend or parent read your essays for the last time to catch any of those extra random errors. Because you have been working on these essays for a long time, staring at these same exact words on your pages, having fresh eyes might be helpful, because when you're reading, and even if you're reading slowly and out loud, because you've spent so much time with these essays, your brain might automatically fill in words that aren't actually written in your essay, but your brain puts them there that you might miss because you've spent so much time with this essay. And finally, when you're reading your essays, you really want to put yourself into the shoes of a potential admissions reader. So you're reading your essays, whether it's the 4 UC PIQs or if it's a Common App and supplemental essays. Pretend you're a stranger reading your application. What is the story that you are trying to share? Is there anything significant from your life that's missing from your application thus far? You know, your story has to be put into those essays, into the activity section, into your grades and classwork. So when reviewing your essays and other materials, really think about, does my application encapsulate who I am as a student, as a person, what I could potentially bring to a college campus, and make sure that story is getting across. There's no holes in that story. There's nothing that is super important to you that is missing from that story, because these admissions readers, they don't know you. They won't get to see you in the classroom or outside of the classroom, so everything that you want to share has to be put into that application. The next thing that you want to double check before you submit your college apps is to double check your activity section. So I have an entire video about activity section advice that I'll have linked down below. Definitely recommend, do not leave your activity section until the last minute, but you want to spend time on it, if not as much time on the activity section as you're spending on your essays. But some quick things that you want to double check before you submit your apps. First, you want to make sure that the hours you're listing and the length of time you've participated in these activities are correct. So when you're looking at your activities list, okay, I participated 2 hours a week here, 5 hours a week here. Add up all of these hours, make sure that it is reasonable. You are aren't saying you spend, 24 hours a day doing activities, which would obviously be falsified because you have, say 8 hours of school and 8 hours of sleeping. You would maybe only have 8 hours a day for activities. So just double check your hours, make sure you aren't over exaggerating hours, that it is completely fake looking because it goes over, 24 hours a day. Additionally, similar to the essay section, for the activity section, read all of your activity titles and descriptions and make sure that all information is listed correctly. Make sure that there are no typos, like adding an extra 0. So if you won an award and you say, oh, I was 1 out of 100 students participating, make sure there's not an extra 0 there and you're saying I'm 1 out of 1,000 students competing. And with your activity section description, you do not want to sell yourself short. You want to provide all pertinent information. Obviously, the activity section also has a word limit, so you can't share every single thing in every single activity, but really do not sell yourself short and check out that activity section video for more advice on the word count and using strong verbs in your activity section. Next thing you want to check before you submit your college apps would be to double check that all of your self-reported information is listed correctly. Specifically for the UC application, you are going to be typing in all of your classes and all of your grades, all of your AP scores, all by yourself. For your years 9 through 12th grade, you are entering all of that information. It is all self-reported. If you got a B in a class, you're not accidentally having a typo saying you got a C, or you're not having a typo that's saying you got an A when you really didn't. So look that over, have your report cards out, make sure that it is all entered correctly. With that also, if you're applying to colleges where you have to send an unofficial or official transcript at the time of application, double check all of the criteria and rules that the college wants in terms of sending that information and make sure that that information is sent by that deadline. Similar to that, the next thing that you want to double check would be to double check that all other material is also correct. So the first thing here, if the college requires letters of recommendation, make sure that those letters are submitted and they're in the system. Additionally, make sure you are copying and pasting your essays correctly into the Common App, into the UC application, because you are probably writing your essays on Google Docs or Word and then copying your essays into the portals. Make sure you copy the essay correctly, as in it is the final draft of your essay. You're not copying in an old draft of the essay, and make sure you are copying the correct essay for the prompt that's there. When I was reviewing UC application essays, I've seen students copy in the same essay for multiple PIQ prompts, which was probably a mistake. They probably had 4 essays, but they submitted 2 of the same, so they actually only submitted 3 essays because of a copy-paste error. That is something they are probably not going to let you fix after the application deadline. And here with double checking materials, make sure you reread all of the directions, you know all of the deadlines for each of these colleges. Is the deadline 5 p.m.? Is the deadline midnight? What time zone is the deadline in? What kind of different instructions is each college asking for? Just read all of them, write those important dates and notes down for each college so you don't accidentally miss a deadline, or so you don't accidentally flub something in your college application because it had a different direction from that college. The next thing is super important. You do not want to wait until the last possible day to submit. It is not a competition to get 11:59:59. That is so risky and so dangerous. Preferably try to submit a couple days before the deadline, because you never know what could happen. You could get super sick where you might forget forget to submit. You might have Wi-Fi or computer issues. If you wait till the last day, that might mess you up. Sometimes the Common App or UC application portals, they crash because so many students are trying to submit on that last day. So honestly, save yourself the stress, the hassle, just submit a few days before so you don't even have to worry about those what if scenarios, the computer issues, the random chance issues. You know, when I was a hiring and training coordinator in college, we oversaw the process for resident assistant applications, and every single application cycle, the day after applications were due, students would be emailing us saying, hey, my computer crashed. Hey, my Wi-Fi went down. I missed the application deadline. Can I submit the application late? And usually the answer was no, because 600 other students were able to submit their application on time. We are not going to open an extension for you because of your failure to plan and failure to submit your application on time. And you know, there are times when the application deadlines have been extended for extenuating circumstances such as natural disasters, but that is for a couple states or a big area. It's not just you, one person missing the application deadline, so don't even try to tempt fate by submitting your application on the last day, 11:59:59. And finally, after you submit your application, you want to continue to double check your email regularly. So double check your main email inbox, double check your spam email inbox, because you might be receiving emails from these colleges. You might be receiving an email from a random email address asking you to do an alumni interview. So definitely keep an eye on your email. Get the email app on your phone so you can double check your email. I would say double check it at least once a day. I know for me, I'm just a constant refresher, which is sort of bad, so don't do that, but live your life. You've submitted your applications. Go and enjoy your senior year or the rest of your community college time, but keep an eye on your email just in case some important messages come in. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You all are so close to the finish line coming up in the next few months, so good luck with the rest of your college applications, and I will see you all next time.